Hello, gamers. Doing some Zenless tonight. Trigger's Agent Quest is out. And, you know, they have all these fucking time-gated things, so I am incentivized to do it sooner than later. We'll do that, and then we'll do some Bleach for a while. Although this is probably a good 2.5 hours.
Sex.
Wow, it's the sex cat. Hi, sex kitty.
Don't call me that.
My little sex kitten.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Let me, I should also ping General Sync and be like, open the app. I had a whole ass plan for this week, and then I just got derailed because of that VR bullshit.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that was.
It was doing the thing where it would, like, the capture that the game was giving me was one eye or the other, so it was like off center. Although I want to do some further testing and see if like subtitles and stuff are like that are still fucked, or if I can just be like, all right, it's a little off center, we'll cope. And then the option you gave me of using the Steam thingy would be a better workaround if not for the fact that it shows my little floating thing I use to see chat, which annoys me because I don't want that like floating in stream in VR space. So I don't have a great option yet. I need to do some more research over the weekend, and to be honest, when I only have a couple hours between work and stream, it's real tough to find time to do shit like that during the week. Not to mention it's just exhausting because I fucking problem solve all day and I don't want to keep problem solving.
Oh shit, yeah, I have some OBS stuff that I need to look at. Now that you reminded me, I have some stuff I need to fix on my stream.
With the recent tariff, should I get a PS5 soon or not be worried? Definitely take anything I say ever with a grain of salt. I would say if you are planning to do tech purchases, you know, soon-ish, like do them now. Like in the next, what's today, the 4th? In the next like 5 days, do them. Or whenever those actually go into effect. That's why I bought my VR finally and a new phone over the holidays, because I knew shit like this was going to happen and the tariffs were going to fuck up shit.
Really cool that they decided to drop the tariffs on my birthday.
Yeah, it's just for you.
Just for me. Especially because the UK is now getting involved in the trade war. Like, our Prime Minister sent warnings to Trump saying, like, hey, do not fucking start with us, effectively. And he was like, funny, and just did it.
It's crazy.
Now we are putting our own taxes on US imports, so fucking, like, the entire world's economy is just going to be in chaos for the next couple of years.
The fact that they didn't mention the price at all in the direct makes sense now, because either right, because some of the high prices, there probably already some tariff shit baked in, and they probably just, rather than being like, oh, you know, we're sorry about the high cost, they would rather just like dodge the question, and or knowing this might happen, you know, they didn't want to like tell you a price and then have it be wrong immediately. It feels very odd for Nintendo of all people to be like, hey, sorry, we need more time to determine the price. Because that's what, like, if they're backing it out, the pre-order date over here, 100% they're changing the price. They're not considering it. It's happening. Like, I don't know, they're so, and not to sound like I'm dick sucking Nintendo, because they're a company at the end of the day, but like there are times where like Iwata took a pay cut because shit wasn't happening the way they wanted it to, right? Like there is like a very polished and sort of like prideful, in a good way, Japanese business sense, where this feels like, whoa, this is a really big deal.
Yeah, but at the same time, Iwata's no longer in charge, and
Sure,
Nintendo
yeah.
is a public company at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
any public company's objective is to make money for their investors and nothing more.
Yeah, and so it's of course understandable that something like 150% price hike might make
Heist
break. That might make them be like, whoa, hold on a second. Although, I mean, maybe it's not surprising, but it's interesting that the release date is still the same. Logistically, that would probably be a way bigger pain in the ass to change that, because the price, you can just disseminate that information. That's easy. All the manufacturing and shipping and shit that has to go into the actual launching it on a certain day, like, you don't want to fuck with that, probably.
There's no need for combat or...
With all due respect to the client, the proxy's role is to guide people through the hollows.
But yeah, it's a shame. I'm bummed. Even though, you know, there's like a teeny selfish part of me that's like, well, if it costs more people won't buy it, then I have a chance to get it. Like, really, I'd rather it's just cost affordable for everybody.
But this role involves more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the price here is exorbitant enough. So never mind whatever the fuck they're doing when they decide what to price it out over there.
It's gonna... Unfortunately, we are dragging everybody else down. To some degree, the price has to be consistent everywhere. Otherwise, we just, like, import it. Except for Japan, apparently. This isn't news as of today. This is news as of a few days ago. They get, like, what is essentially a $330 version instead of the $450, but it's region locked, so you can't import it.
All right, you've sold me.
Could you, in theory, import the EU one if it's no more expensive?
If it's not region locked, yeah, which does beg the question, why not region lock it everywhere and then just say, sorry, America, you're fucked?
It's fucking stupid to region lock, that's why.
Right, but given the circumstances, there's a case to be made.
Wait, just a photo?
Sure.
That's barely a clue.
Tycoon Sim, the one person who will buy a thing for $100, or tons of people buying it for $10. Japan has 2 versions, multi-language one is closer to ours. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's nice then that they have the option, because if I had the option to buy like a US region locked one, I'd be like, fucking, yeah, I'll buy it for cheaper, I don't care.
Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands.
Also, hi, Cass.
Make any breakthroughs, just ping me on Knock Knock.
Ping me on Knock Knock.
Someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle.
I know that voice actor of Generic Man. Ezreal from League? I haven't heard Ezreal from League in a while, but I have like the faintest whiff in my mind. The blonde twink.
Isn't that the twink? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone knew that name from somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah. Aloe hates League, knows nothing about League, but his blonde twink radar was going off.
When we visited the sea a while
Yeah.
back, I think we saw
People
something
just
that
like
description.
throw these things at me. Okay.
He is very railable, you're not wrong.
So we went to the sea to clear our heads.
No, but I mean, as in like people are like, hey,
got distracted by a woman
you
passing by with her
like
eyes covered.
blonde men, right? And then they just show me a
Right
picture of
out
him.
her hand.
Yeah.
That's like literally how I know that's the only reason why I know that he exists.
She did look a lot like the woman in
Well, maybe he'll get his own Netflix show eventually. We've talked about hoping about that before.
How was I supposed to
That's basically my LoL knowledge too. I know Ezreal. Yeah.
Anyway, it's an unexpected lead.
I mean, he's the yaoiest boy. Well, maybe not though. Now that there is actual yaoi boys, he was the yaoiest boy, and he's still the most railable boy. This is my daily reminder, Aloe, that you should watch Arcane because you love grungy cities and gay boys.
Yeah, but I can't be asked.
You can. This is me asking you.
But I can't be asked. I have it. I just... This is just how I am with media.
Yeah. We were actually talking about a related topic last night about... First, you were saying something where he has a friend who he'll recommend stuff to, and then they'll be like, no, fuck you. And then later someone else will recommend it, and then they watch it. And I was like, just by the sheer volume of things I recommend to Aloe, I could see that happening at some point.
Well, it's like I've had, like... other friends like recommend me stuff, and then right, I had a friend at work like ages ago recommend me a movie and say, what if I give you 6 months to watch it? And I said, I can do that. It's been a year and a half,
Uh-huh.
Still haven't seen it.
SMH, you didn't do your homework.
I mean, they left, so like it's not like they'll know.
What was the movie? Do you remember?
I remember what the plot of it is, like the plot synopsis, but I don't remember the name of the movie.
I mean, if you think it's something I might know, describe it.
It's not. It's not. It's about British history.
Ah. Yeah, I prefer the Twinks over the history.
Consuming media hard. Consuming media hard when YouTube is so addictive and free.
I saw...
And music. Sometimes I will just sit here staring at the ceiling listening to like an album on repeat for 4 hours.
I think this is while I was browsing porn Twitter, because I'm pretty sure I saw the dude's beehole in this, but someone was like when he says he has to watch YouTube while he's eating, and so it's this dude like naked, like, you know, getting ready to get fucked or something, but he's also simultaneously like strapping a thing on his head, like an iPhone holder onto his head, so that his top can watch YouTube while he eats his ass.
I do have to watch YouTube while I'm eating.
Well, we'll have to make sure then that we buy your future boyfriend like an iPhone holder belt.
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port. But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure what good it's
so that you can watch YouTube on his tummy while you're blowing him.
Back home.
I agree.
I don't need. I'm not that brain rotted. I don't need that much stimulation.
Both are officially your job now.
Wait, don't you mean we have to buy Joe an iPhone holder belt? No.
I'm not good at it, so don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
I watch things.
I'm watching things right now.
What are you watching?
I'm listening to an album that I just bought and staring at the traffic in City Skylines.
Oh my god, you are an amusing little creature, Aloe.
Excuse me.
It's a good fucking album.
just going tiny. Oh, staring at traffic. Fake traffic at that.
There's a button in this game that just has like a cinematic camera, and I just like to turn that on, and, or like you could mount a camera on the front of like some of the vehicles. So I like to just like put one on a car and have it drive around the city while I listen to music sometimes.
I may ask.
Silliest goober.
Learn that melody.
Okay, by the way, to tangent onto the game for a minute, the quests in this patch are fucking stupid. This is like the first time we're meeting her, supposedly, after doing like hours of quests with her already. I think, unless I'm stupid and it's the other characters that met her, but I'm pretty sure we met her too. Because I think she was hareming over Wise like everybody does.
We didn't expect it to help us find you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Our client is looking for you.
You know, like when you're a generic boy, and then every girl is like, "Ooh, I love you."
Please.
You know, harem.
I mean,
I'd also like to meet.
like he has hair, and that's about enough.
Why don't we head back to the store?
He's not even blonde. What do you mean?
Oh, I forgot.
But
Your name is...
doesn't matter.
Yes, I know. You're just very down to get railed by Wise.
Code name. You can call me Charon.
When have I ever said that?
Several times when you said something similar to what you just said. When you describe a man as like having hair, that means you want them to fuck you. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Miss Charon, I've already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here,
think you're full of shit.
before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch.
No, I'm correct.
Thank you, but please don't mind me.
You definitely let Wise fuck you.
By the way, the
I mean,
second row from the top
yeah,
on your
exactly.
But like,
third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check.
So why are you fussing then if I was right?
just like, shut up.
Let me see. You're right.
You know what you're doing? You're doing the pet thing of like I'm doing exactly what you want, and you're like, no, not like that.
Close to my vision in an accident.
What? Huh?
Make out the outlines of my surroundings.
I'm trying to think of a cat example. The dog example is like
I've trained my other
if they have a
senses
ball
extremely sharp.
and they want you to like
I
play
heard
with
a
it, and it's like
beeping sound.
no give, only throw.
And noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location.
And I'm sure there's a million cat versions of that because they're fussy as hell.
Sorry.
Yeah,
question
but
didn't
I'm
seem
not going
rude.
to tell you.
No need to apologize.
Well, that in itself is a cat behavior.
Only way to
So,
perceive the world.
checkmate, liberal.
It's not.
You two should know that better than most.
Bruh, you can't giggle
What can be
with
seen
the
with
sounds
eyes
of
can never
Joe
be
is correct
considered a secret.
while saying I'm not.
Yeah, I can.
No.
It's me again.
Nothing stopping me.
You two found the target
You're so, I can literally,
Then you guys are.
I've said this before, this isn't news,
You're
but
always this
I can hear your fucking emotions. Like, you're adorable.
I didn't expect things to move so quickly
No.
either, but it's not, really. By the way,
I had, like, he speaks, and then there's, like, subtitles for, like, what he's actually saying based on, like, his tone of voice
Find the woman in
No.
the photo, but there's a new problem.
in subtitles.
I can't get in touch
But
with
yes.
him anymore. There's been no reply from his knock-knock account.
I need to actually do that someday.
I brushed
Like,
it
in the
off
dating
at
sim or
first,
something.
But there's still no reply today.
Oh, that'd be exhausting.
Just when I thought he might have skipped town.
What, making 2 sets of subtitles? That's not that
Send
bad.
me a location. The edge of a
I
Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
don't know. I just hate doing subtitles, which is why I don't really do them in my videos anymore.
Well, I'm not gonna, you wouldn't be doing them.
and with no other
I would.
from the
I know, I'm just saying that, like,
Either
I don't
way,
like
I'll
doing
keep trying to reach
subtitles.
the client.
That's 99% of what a dating sim is
We
text.
won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Just have, like, okay, dating sim
Sorry, but I
assets,
overheard the
500 megs.
conversation. Could you
Dating
share that
sim
location
voice
with me?
acting files,
If
500
I
gigs.
investigate the hollow,
Right, but you're not gonna voice all of it either because then I can't surprise you with funny little things.
No offense, but the
At most-
Run me through, like, an AI voice thing.
Maybe. I really though, at most, I think I would probably have everybody do like
I'm a
some like
fence
bullshit.
force under the chryso barrel
So like I would get a couple voice samples from everybody and then like make one of
Countless
those.
trips into the hollow.
Yeah, I'm
You
sure
can
you'd
trust in your combat skills.
send me a request saying, like, yeah, can you moan in, like, 17 different ways, please?
Right.
Well,
Don't worry.
there might be a couple sounds that everybody makes. Surely we need a burp and moan from
I have
you.
no current ties with them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it would also be funny to just, like, have a randomizer in there somewhere where it's just, like, at any random point in time.
The commission fee as best
I
I
just-
can.
There's just
Well,
a
there's, like,
10% chance for you to
hyper-realistic
moan
moan.
at the end of any sentence.
There's a 1% chance that
We're
like
just as
the
eager
next
to
time
find
you
the
click the
client.
dialogue box, you just hear me
After all,
moaning at
no
500
clients, no
decibels.
payment. Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety. Well, since Miss Caron wants to investigate,
Holy
I'm willing
shit.
to act as the proxy for no additional fee.
Yes.
Just leave it to us, Shepard.
Okay, so
I
I've
see.
heard this album
That works
before,
for me.
but I
With the client still
only just got it on
unreachable, my
CD.
hands are tied.
Apparently, the
Please,
last
look
song
into
on
the
it on
hollow.
streaming services is like, okay, the last song on it and streaming services
Sorry for
is like
troubling you both.
5 minutes.
Finding this client
On the
is
album
very
version, it's
important to me.
34. So I'm
Wow.
curious to
That's a
see
bit out of
what I'm
line
about to
just
hear.
29 minutes of jerking off.
I would hope not.
Seeing how determined you are to find this person,
I mean, you might like listening to that if it's a guy.
let's work together to find
I
them.
mean, it is, but like, I don't know how they're gonna like infuse that with rock music.
Easy, you go like "Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na," on repeat.
I mean, isn't
It's
that like
li- you-
rock music to some extent?
I guess you know what I'm doing, right? Like the thing with the cat, but just put a moan in there instead.
Got your back.
No.
There's what I just did, like that riff, and then the person like stops, and the cat chimes in and goes meow.
Eradicate all
But I was just thinking of like AC/DC and how whatever the fuck his name is, just like, what song is it? Welcome to the Jungle. Like he halfway through just starts like moaning on the mic, but it's quiet enough. That,
Oh, what
like,
when
most
it's like
people don't really pick up on it.
something like that.
It's like in the background of it. But it like builds up into the
some
next
time to
verse.
calculate the whole
You'd have to hear it to know
Leave
what I'm
this
on
to me,
about.
Proxy.
Probably.
Actually, I've been to this hollow
I'm yet to hear
before
any
for
moaning in this song,
reasons.
in this album.
Still
I
remember
mean,
the way forward clear as day.
maybe I just haven't listened to it enough times.
So brappy.
With a band name like Incubus, surely there's got to be some freaky shit on there somewhere.
Ah, that's right. I forgot you were listening to Sex.
Sex.
It'd be more efficient to retrace a path.
By the way, I don't know if I've ever said
into them recently.
sex.
The path ahead.
No, Incubus, the band. They've been getting into them recently.
Be right around.
I have not been getting into
Not
sex.
too long ago.
I don't know if I've ever said, but your whole little sex thing sounds very much like POV fucking radio announcer.
What do you mean, radio?
Like, welcome to 101.3, the sex.
Sorry for being so
The
presumptuous,
sex.
Proxy.
I know. I
got ahead of
I
my-
used to do like a pretty good impression of a radio voice.
By the way,
I mean, every day you do a good impression of a radio voice because you have one.
No, but I mean like the ones that they have doing those little stinger bits.
Uh-huh.
I'll pierce right through. And that's
Oh,
my eyes gained some unique.
what the fuck?
Alaprex listening to music noises, apparently.
I'm not. No. I'm game. I'm playing game as well.
Are you playing game or are you watching cities, or is
Yeah.
that also happening while you're
I'm-
doing a third thing?
I'm playing City Skylines.
Okay, I thought you were just watching it.
Well, I mean that's like half of the game. To be fair, it's just like watching things to make sure it's going as it should.
what could have happened? Who did this?
I'm expanding.
Levels have increased significantly.
Donkey Kong, is that you?
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember it's a fucking CD, so it's gonna just be nothing but silence. 30 minutes.
There are multiple devices making ether
Wait, what?
non-stop.
Oh my
I
god.
would love if I could pull trigger. She seems so useful, but I am like
Awaken.
capped out of pulls in this.
High pressure.
And there's fucking vampires coming soon.
Filled with highly
Why would you want to pull
concentrated
women?
Cause gun.
I'll pierce right through.
No, why would you? What? Like,
There aren't
Okay,
boys
that's
don't
okay.
exist. Boys don't exist in
The
this.
valve is opened.
So I
Holy
have to
shit.
pull something.
It's-
Blow out at a fixed rate.
it's going over your head.
No, I know exactly what you're on about. What? Why? Okay, I guess we're doing more of this fucking gunplay. What is this, Call of Shooty? What am I shooting? I assumed there would be evil.
Ropes.
You wish. What?
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can
Okay, cool. I love how it gave me no visual feedback that any of my shots did shit.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone.
I would think so. A bullet to the lung would probably do you in pretty quick.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact the hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine, don't worry.
I think she's just having emotional
As I
distress,
mentioned
Mr.
before,
Guy.
These eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now was one of them. Staring into death. It's not something...
She's so... Who the fuck like, who the fuck on her military mad science team that put this, like, eye implant thing on her gave her, like, mood ring lighting?
Who are you people? I remember now.
I guess they must have had, like, an aloe or something who was like, RGB.
I don't care that much for RGB.
I could see you doing that, though, if you were, like, a mad scientist.
I did care for RGB. Like, I built my entire PC around RGB, but then quickly realized it's almost entirely pointless. So I just set it to white like a year ago, and it stayed that way.
Shot at me from the shadows.
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here.
I'm surprised you don't care about funny lighting anymore.
I like ambient lighting, but I don't care to have my entire PC just be RGB.
I mean, do you think if you had, like, a different room instead of your bedroom that you'd do more? Because I probably would.
No?
Like, having it in my room, I'm like, cool, so either I can... like, I don't want to turn it on and off all the time because that's annoying, but I also don't want it to be on because it just then makes a bunch of fucking light when I'm trying to sleep.
Well, I mean, no, because I still have it set to white. It's just that it's under my desk, so I can't really see it. If it was on my desk, I'd probably have a bit more color in it, but I don't know. Got
all Zoshia sets now. Just gotta find parts for the weapons. You guys all doing, like everything you can make in the game is crazy. Like, I can barely be arsed to do the couple things I actually need. But I've also been resistant to Monster Hunter for a long time, so because of the grinding specifically, so even though it's better now, I'm not surprised that I'm not necessarily looking to grind a million thingies. I'd rather, like, just, you know, get through more games in my backlog. Which is also hard to do when fucking Zenless and Genshin keep pulling my attention. So I said that I have both the male and female versions because of the mixed match theme of it. I mean, it's easy for me. I get female Kongolala because it's slutty, and then I'm good and I'm done. I'll probably get other armor to, like, actually use, and then, you know, keep that for the glamour.
Thank you all for assisting me. Even though I'm a stranger, you've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives.
I got one shot just as much as the other two, even though Park was 3 times my level.
Before that, could the 3 of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if...
But yes, I haven't, like, done any real grinding yet. I just have,
I used to be a soldier.
Whatever the, like, better version is called of Kongolala, and then I put spheres in to upgrade that.
I've earned my stripes.
In the university area of my city, there's a bunch of people wearing bed sheets.
In, like,
I don't know what that's about.
In, like, a pajama way or in, like, a KKK way?
My turn?
In, like, a pajama way. They've got, like, one arm out.
I was also in the defense force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually,
Okay, I thought you had more to say in that sentence.
Did you see my friend?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what does that mean? What was the game telling you?
I don't know. If I click on them, it says Toga Party Goer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's like college Greek life. You know, that's
what?
bros. Yeah. You know how the ancient Greeks, like, wore togas and stuff?
No.
Okay, well, they wore togas and stuff, which is basically what you're saying, like a bedsheety robe kind of thing. And for some fucking reason, like, colleges emulate that, and that's like why college stuff is called Greek life. That's like what fraternities and sororities and stuff are.
I've never heard of that.
It's probably very American. I don't imagine you guys do it as much over there.
No, we have, like, nations instead.
I hope she's okay.
which is like kind of the same thing, but a lot less boring.
I never thought something like this.
Funnily enough,
Riku,
they
has
also
your
seem
internet-
to be walking really slowly.
Probably because drunk.
Remembrance Day? What's that?
Riku, has your internet been out like all day?
Yes,
Because that sounds
organized
awful.
By the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that.
Full area, wow. Yikes.
Maybe I should
Oof.
go check it out.
I don't think I've ever had an outage for more than like,
I can't find her anywhere.
you know, an
else.
hour or
I'll
two.
have to remember and stay alone.
Same,
Maybe she'll show up there.
but 4G definitely just makes up for that. I'm so thankful for fucking
Yes, she and I were in
technology
the
like
same
that.
Squad.
Yeah.
Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
The fact that it's like, oh, my internet's out. I can just connect to the internet on my phone that always exists.
Then
Right.
Jesse wasn't with the
Not as easy for console gaming, although you could probably do a hotspot, but you'd probably eat through that really fucking quick too.
But he neglected to mention he was one
Probably,
of
I
the
guess it depends on how
Jesse?
how much data you get, but you can also just USB tether to your network, which is what I tend to do. Whenever my internet's gone out, it's only gone out like twice, but it just means I can plug it into like one device on the network, and then the whole network gets access to it.
See, that's some advanced tech twink stuff that the rest of us probably don't know how to do.
Obsidian Division's.
Yeah, you should fucking learn how to do it then. Liberals.
I was also in the
You're so
Obsidian
fussy.
Division.
If we learn how to do all the things, then
I
Tech
don't
Twink
know
will go out of
who died
business.
in the Hollow World,
Good.
but
I don't want to
it seems
fucking
the
deal with
killer
this shit.
really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Wait a second.
I don't want to have to install a remote access client on all my parents' computers just so then, like, when they break something, I can remote in from my house and sort it for them.
We did?
I'd sooner they just knew how to fix it to begin with.
Remember.
Yeah.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this.
You know, her face thing really looks like
location.
a VR headset, just
That person was likely
not
being held by the
thick.
killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for. Male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much
What the
info
fuck am I
about that.
listening to?
Sorry.
Incubus,
I don't have
presumably.
much else to share.
Yeah, but
Even so.
okay, turns out the last track on this album is 16 minutes long, and it's just a
Let me know.
an absolute
This is very
mind
important
fuck.
to me. You don't even know who they are yet.
Like,
you're
it
so
opened
determined to find
kind of
them.
cool. There was like 8 minutes of it that were really good, and now it's just tapered off into like
Maybe.
mind-numbing
I've
noise.
been searching for someone for a long time.
I've had blackout every for
Might be
once
the
or
key to
so.
achieving my goal.
My folks made a big deal about it. Most of the blackout happens at
Whatever
night.
happens,
Sucks for me
I
when I
hope you
come home
find
and want to
them.
wind down.
If
Yeah,
there's anything I can
it's
do to help,
I'm always up late, so I've had it like
Please.
boy, I sure am ready to climb in bed and watch a fun show or something, and then it's like no internet, and then I'm like, cool.
There's a good
I
chance
guess
they'll come after
I
me.
won't use my big giant TV. I'll just use my fucking phone like a peasant,
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself.
which is a very first world problem, but it does suck when I'm used to big TV to go down to teeny little phone.
The biggest issue for me is more so when my parents' internet goes out, because then they're texting me like, hey, the internet's out, and I'm like, okay.
That's so fucking crazy. An actual tech issue is one thing, but like, hey, fix our internet is,
I live
is
like
not
5
gonna happen.
miles away from you. Like, what do you want me to do?
Come jiggle the
Their
cable.
internet's got a lot more reliable since they've got fiber, but like it was definitely an issue where it was like I'd get a text at like 9:30 saying, hey, our internet's out, and it's like, okay, like genuinely, what do you want me to do? I live 5 miles away from you.
I hope you've told them off about that and they aren't still doing it.
I mean, my sister texts me like she's in danger when she just wants to figure out what movie she wants to watch. So, like, there's no escaping it with my family.
This feels related in like the vibe of text you get from people. It drives me nuts when some of the older people I work with, and this has happened at my last job too, do like the ... in weird places when they're messaging. And it's like, cool, thanks for sounding like you're really upset or something. when I think what they are trying to convey is just like the pause that would be there if they were speaking out loud.
That is exactly what they're trying to convey, because I saw like a post about it on some fucking internet forum somewhere being like, yeah, so this is why old people do that. Yeah. It's because they think it's emulating a pause that would be their IRL.
And I'm definitely like the baby at my job, or like nearly the baby.
Did you run all the way here?
For me, what gets me most about like texting anyone really is when people, instead of just sending like 1 or 2 chunks of text,
send fucking 20
messages.
Yeah, it's real cool. I love it.
They each like 3 words. Like it's like also my sister just texts me in the most dramatic way possible. Like last night she texted me saying I need help, and I'm thinking, okay,
you can't just text somebody that.
You rush over to the store.
You know what she wanted to know? Oh, you know what she wanted? She was like, I want to watch this movie, but I can't remember the name of it, and here's the plot of it. Can you figure it out? And I did, somehow. But like, it's real annoying. She always texts me as if she's like in some serious danger, when in reality it's just like, look at what the cat's doing.
Mo and I, me every 5 minutes.
Alright, shut up, liberal.
Mo and I do that, sending 20 short messages instead of one big chunk. Context though, right? If I am working and you are my coworker and you do that to me, you are just ensuring that I am interrupted for probably about 20 minutes because you can't fucking collect your thoughts, or because that is bullshit and I'm not putting up with that, I will just ignore you for a while and let it like let it fucking sort itself out. Half the time the person who does this to me solves his own stuff anyway, and then it's like, cool, why did you need to text me in the first place? But like, I will just ignore him for a while until I'm sure that he's done, because I'm not playing this game where I get distracted for 20 minutes because you can't be bothered to like have good communication etiquette. Versus
fucking yeah.
If you're DMing someone who you enjoy and you're actively having a conversation, then like, cool, great. I am interested in conversing with you, so I don't care if it comes to me faster or in a chunk.
No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep
I do, and that's my problem, because when I've got mates that message me and I know that their messaging style is like 3 words every 2 seconds for about 5 minutes, then I know that I'm just going to put my phone on silent until they're done, and I'll reply to them later. But then, like, along the lines of that guy that you have at work, we have a guy at our other store who is just a fucking nightmare whenever he's on shift. He's constantly calling the managers at my store, like, I would say at least 15 times per shift, just to like ask a question that he should know the answer to. And I chose to answer one time because I was like, just fucking give me the phone if you don't want to answer it.
If they encounter the killer,
and you guess what he said?
Fight, or worse.
He rang me to say, "Hi mate, I'll call you back in a minute. I'm serving a customer." And then you put the phone down. So he rang me to say that he couldn't talk.
I assume he meant to talk and then a customer spawned.
But why are you calling someone if you are on the tills?
I don't know.
He's just that fucking stupid.
What's their tier of work? Because they sound like a liability, I assume you mean? Probably like same general tier that... Well, you're not general tier anymore. You're medium boy tier.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. The guy that I'm talking about is a shift manager. I was bottom of the ladder. I am now bottom of the ladder premium.
It's not that it's not happy. It's more work for nothing, Watcher.
Yeah.
They were family. I've scoured.
It was not explained to him well.
Yeah, I applied for the promotion about 1.5 years ago, and they only just got around to doing the training for me not long ago. And then I found out, like, right after right after I'd finished the training, I was told that I should be getting a pay rise for it, and I was like, oh shit, I immediately calculated what my pay rise would be, and I was like, damn, that's gonna actually help me pay for quite a lot of stuff. Like quite a lot of expenses that I have coming up. And then I immediately then got hit the next week with the reality that I don't get paid any extra. Unless it's under like a very specific set of circumstances that are so specific that they are almost pointless.
Watch your supervisor to the bottom is me when I'm babysitting him.
You are not a supervisor to me.
Yeah, but it sounds like it. If I'm
no
supervising you.
No, because you have no control over me.
Well, because supervising can mean two things. It can mean like the employee way, or it can mean like literally I am watching you and like ensuring that you don't skitter into traffic.
So everyone needs more responsibility, but see, that's the problem. Like half the reason that I applied for this promotion was 1, more money, 2, more responsibility, and I instead just got the more responsibility without the more money.
Yeah. Which sucks, because that's the fucking American version.
Yeah, I mean, we've got managers that are getting a promotion, finally. Well, I mean, they're doing the same work, but they're getting paid more for it because they do more work. And that's like half the reason that I applied for this in the first place. Gotta make sure to set it up like a devil contract to make sure you don't get paid. Well, that's the issue. I was sold on the fact that, like, I could get paid more for it. Only to find out later, nope, you don't. So.
I don't remember, because I remember us talking about this, but was there anything you could do to try to back out of it, or are you just stuck?
No, I'm stuck like this now.
Bruh. Yeah.
So I do more work for no more pay.
You gotta get out of there.
To be fair, it makes no difference to me, because it's work I was doing anyways. I just now have a title to go alongside it.
Right, but it should have happened where you got promoted and then got paid for the extra work you're doing instead of it just being the same.
The thing is, I've spoken to so many people about this, like co-workers and shit, and they've all been like, yeah, no, I would not care if you got a promotion. If anything, you should get paid more than we do. I was like, fucking yeah. I've been here the longest. I do the most work, but
Old Man Aloe.
Perhaps we can make a deal.
A customer came in the other day, not the other day, today, and said to one of the new guys, like, oh, you're new here? And he was like, yeah, I've been here about 4 months. And he just turned to me and went, you've been here for 20 fucking years.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
straight out of the pussy. He's been working there.
I appreciate the reminder that I've been here too long.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure they didn't mean that in a bad way, but also, like, no one wants to be in retail, so have a little bit of fucking common sense and don't, like, rub it in someone's face.
I mean, I told you about the guy who said that, like, someone working in retail is an ick, and then he had a co-worker discount card, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the same shit as when, like, women will be anti-abortion and then they will be okay with it for themselves. It's so much of life is rules for thee and not for me. It's okay when they do it, but it's not okay elsewise.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
I think about that guy and I'm like, damn, your standards are high for someone who's A, in the same position, and B, has no teeth. Like, shut up.
Now that is an actual red flag. And even then, I hesitate to use that term. Or an ick, not a red flag. Well, no, that is an ick. That is actually icky.
I don't like the phrase ick, though. I
don't like it either. Ick is just like straight white women being like, I'm picky.
I mean, like, this man was like the F-wordest of F-words, so.
The F-word that we are?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Like, imagine, like, when people say, like, the woke left, that is the man.
Okay.
blue hair liberal type shit. I like when the wealthy and cloth speak for the poor.
Yeah, I'm not sure about what the cloth bit means.
I'm also like struggling to read because the chat's doing that shit where it doesn't load again, so I'm reading it off your stream in JPEG form.
So mean to you.
Oh, my fucking capture card disconnected as well. I hate streaming, I hate streaming, I hate streaming, I hate streaming.
Yeah, no, it was really shitty of them, the Watcher, right? Because, like, I talked to him about this, like, especially as you get older, it totally makes sense for someone to be like, hey, ideally, it would be cool to have a partner who, you know, like me and a hypothetical partner are both making, like, a certain amount of money or something. Retail isn't going to be making that much money, and it's going to be high stress and blah, blah, blah. Like, it would be great to have a partner who's not dealing with that. But, like, saying that's an ick is shitty, because it's not like people are fucking choosing that. That's just, like, what they can do. And especially because we determined that these people are probably, like, in their 20s. Like, who the fuck isn't in retail in their 20s? Most people are. Why are you being a freak about it?
Well, that's what got the two things that got me. Actually, I don't even want to say two because I don't remember how many things. But it's like, one, this man was definitely like my age or younger than me. Two, he had a staff discount card. He works for the same company as me, and was saying that working in retail is an ick for a guy. And three, he had no teeth. Like I just got to keep bringing it up. He had no teeth. I mean, there was a couple in there, but not many. So like, I don't know. I feel like you have no pedestal to stand on when you can't even say words with an S.
Yeah,
I would be giving you gum jobs.
Right. Gay plus no teeth sounds like some kind of big drug problem.
It's just.
He's trying to understand the abuse with you, Aloe?
No, they were just being assholes.
No, he was just being a dickhead. Like, I understand, like Joe said, like, as you get older, but, like, we are in our 20s. Realistically, most people between their 20s and 30s are going to be in retail. I don't have a single coworker that's older than, like, 32, except for, like, one old lady that's, like, 67.
Riku, do I jump scare you? Do I jump scare you with my pink hair every time you come to stream?
When the hair has color?
Yeah.
Yeah, POV me when I get my hair dyed. Is he old or a 20-plus guy? I would say, like, younger than me, honestly. Like, I would say he must have been somewhere between 19 and 21.
That's enough. Using her squad mates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear. Did I go too far?
For some reason, might have been last night. Some night recently, Go messaged me about like unk and similar words and like what, like if I knew what they meant and stuff. And apparently, unk, you have to be, I think, 35.
Well, I mean,
so I'm not unk yet.
I've seen the general consensus be like 35 to 40, but then I've also seen like chronically online TikTok users saying that it's like anyone who's over like 24. And it's like, holy shit, how old are you, 2?
I mean, literally me at you.
Yeah, but that's because I'm 8 years younger than you.
I saw someone, I don't even remember exactly what this was now, but someone on TikTok was, you know, essentially like dunking on old people or something, and it was like someone fucking over like the age of 22 or 23 or something, and like, wow, really? Damn. 22, 23 is not that old.
I legit don't think of someone as old in my mind until they hit like their 60s.
I mean, it's a vibe too, right?
It's a vibe, but it's also like, I don't see Gen X as old. Gen X is middle-aged. I still think millennials are young, and they're hitting their 40s now. But I don't know, maybe my brain works differently from, like, whatever fucking brain rot is infecting these people.
I mean, there's definitely, I would say, like, kids in their teens probably look at someone my age and they're like, ew, fossil. But, like, like, not ironically, like, genuinely.
I can guarantee that, like, half the people online as well that say, like, 25 is old, they listen to, like, 90s music and think that it's not that old, or some shit like that.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will.
I don't know. I don't really.
A millennial co-worker say that you can't count 90s music as old yet.
I mean, it's for games. If something's over 20 years old, it's retro. So, I would say 90s music is retro.
I don't know. I hate applying the word retro to anything that isn't games. Honestly.
I mean.
Even if it's all like the same meaning or vibe,
it's all kind of a moot point. Is 90s music ancient? No. Is it modern? No. Like it's a little old at this point.
Yeah, but it's like it has enough relevance that like it's hard to really class it as anything other than what it already is.
There's
like, 90s and 2000s music kind of sit in this limbo of like it's old but not that old, it's new but not that new, but it's still like it's more relevant than ever. Those 2 decades.
There's a thought along this train of thought that we're going on to the effect of like the more recent decades have like changed less in terms of like trends and pop culture and stuff, right? Like I think previously in older decades, for whatever reason, there was more noticeable shifts, and in a lot of ways, if you look at like maybe the 80s, I'll say onwards, or we could say the 90s onwards, that things are more incremental. And so with 90s music as an example, it's not going to feel as jarringly old as, you know, if you went from like the 90s to the 60s or something.
True. I feel like there was a bigger culture shift in the 2010s that's caused all this, to be honest. Because I think it like part of it is because we've gone from like a mass media based on like a handful of platforms sort of based society to like there's a bajillion subcultures that all don't talk to each other, but thanks to like the internet and phones and shit. Like you've gone from like radio play and touring and TV being like the main way that people find out about things to it could be fucking anything. It could be just like a guy on TikTok who randomly decided to post something and it went viral, but then like it only went viral in a niche community where everyone in that community knows about it, but if you mention it to someone else they have no idea. I feel like in, like between like the probably like the 80s and the 2010s there was this general rule of thumb that like if you mentioned anything that had been talked about on like the news or had been played on the radio or shown on TV or something like that recently, there's a solid chance people would know about it. But now if someone shows me something on YouTube, there is a 99% chance I've never heard of it.
Right, there's YouTubers with fucking millions of subscribers that you'll have never heard of.
Exactly. Like I feel like media is just more fragmented, and so it feels like there's less big cultural moments in media.
I think the internet and stuff is a big reason about what I'm talking about, because all of these things can exist simultaneously. Things are more available in a sense where they're not around for just a moment and then they're gone. So like things have more longevity, and so then that creates like this weird like staggered sort of thing.
I don't know, I kind of disagree. I think that things have less longevity now. Like trends
more and less depending on how you want to look at it.
Like, for example, music trends is like a very easy thing for me to point to. One that people would generally consider quite short is like nu metal, which lasted roughly between like 1995 and like 2003. So about 5 to 8 years, give or take, depending on what you call the start and the end of it. Now, you've got shit like SoundCloud rap that lasted a year at most, and then it's gone.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture.
But conversely, like, people can engage with that stuff
No proxy.
at any time they want, dating back to like anything that's on the internet.
It's all just in my head. The things
True, but I just feel like there's, I don't know, there seems to be less, like,
the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade.
I don't know, just enthusiasm for that sort of shit in general now. It feels like things come and go a lot faster. Like, as a middle ground example, dubstep, that lasted maybe 3 years. And then not even like 5 years later, you had SoundCloud rap that lasted about a year, and now it's gone. I also don't think I've heard like a single pop song in recent memory where I'm like, oh yeah, that one. Anything from like the past maybe 7 years, I haven't got a clue.
Well, and maybe back to my original point, if we say that there's all of this like short-lived media, that could also contribute to things feeling more samey, because then there's less large dominating trends. It's more a lot of little pieces.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like Gen Z, there's a lot of like return to monkey type shit where it's like 90s music and 90s movements and fashion and shit has made a comeback because we've, like, for some reason fell in love with that decade.
Oh, so by return to monkey, you just mean retro?
Yeah, but then like the same shit happens in every generation. I just have noticed it being like especially prevalent with my generation. Like the 90s is like something that like my entire generation is like, I can't fucking believe we missed out on that. But then like Gen Alpha is romanticizing like the mid 2010s, and I'm like, you did not want to you did not want to live in the mid 2010s, man. I was such a racist.
Because of that and several other wounds.
I mean, I think that's it's the same it's the same fucking instinct as like MAGA. Like, whether you're cringe about it or normal about it, like everybody romanticizes the past.
The last thing my eyes saw was my
True. I mean, I definitely, I don't know that I romanticize the 90s, but I definitely idealize it a bit. Where it's like, there is just so many things that made up my childhood from the 90s because we were too fucking poor to afford things in the 2000s. So it's like, the 2000s was just kind of an extension of the 90s to me. And to this day, like, games from the 90s and 2000s, music from the 90s and 2000s, okay, fashion from the 90s and 2000s, that's like a good 80% of my identity.
Left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu.
You gotta hack Tua and make a Bitcoin and cash out fast.
Cash out on that thing.
No one believes me, so I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes.
I was thinking like Sonic running a crypto scheme. Gotta cash out fast.
Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless?
Yeah, I have more brain rot than you do, though.
I knew.
Well, that's known.
Interpreting what my eyes see is proof my squad mates.
You are my brain rot, so clearly.
But if they're really
Yeah, you have problems though.
I have brain parasites that you gave me.
I didn't give you shit.
Yeah, you gave me allopraxmosis.
No.
Yes.
You gave yourself.
Sorry that
I did not, because
liberalitis.
Liberalitis.
I can't see
Donald Trump and Aloe talking to each other.
Bear to look at them.
Elon.
Filled with resentment and
oh.
disappointment.
I thought that was just like a misspelling of my name.
Well, Elo could be the fusion of you two.
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
You gave me brain parasites. I think they both had
a different type of autism.
They both had brain parasites to begin with, and now their parasites are just like making out.
Charon, listen to me.
Elon has Asperger's, and he's just been rotted by wealth.
You don't need to make any justifications. could.
Yeah, wealth is definitely a parasite in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
I desperately hope she's still alive.
And then Trump,
Even if the
like,
whole world
at
doesn't
one
understand,
point,
we will never give up.
I've seen clips of him when he was like 30 odd saying like he doesn't think that he should ever be president because he doesn't think that like someone in like him as a type of person, he said that he doesn't think he should be president. Just because he doesn't think he'd be very good at it. They need someone that like is built for that shit. And look where he is now. Like it's just his wealth and the people he surrounded himself with has just rotted him.
And probably the syphilis that I'm sure he has.
Syphilis?
I don't know.
What's syphilis?
Doesn't syphilis like rot your brain or something?
I don't know what syphilis is. Should have kept that
STD.
mindset. Damn. Yeah, he should have.
But
like, you know,
but
shit
money
happens
and dodging jail.
But money and power and Elon Musk is so sexy.
I'm not just going to stop here.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going?
Clip that, please don't. I mean, saying that, I think you can probably hear like the insincerity in my voice, though.
I don't know. Not everyone has the subtitles like I do.
I don't think you need to have subtitles to hear that as ironic.
Chat, if you ever need me to decipher something he says, I got you. You can trust my
Bullshit.
translation
Don't lie like
100%.
that. Don't lie like that. Don't lie like that.
Nah, that's truth. You could put that shit on True Social.
You are such a goddamn liberal.
So they're not
Remember the other day when I said that when you were upset with someone, you'd call them a liberal? And you were like, nah.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's just become like my new stim.
I know. That's why I said that, because I can read the Book of Aloe with an accuracy that is unpeered. That's my new Broadway play, by the way, Book of Aloe. Sequel to successful Book of Mormon.
Was that a play?
Yeah.
Book of Mormon was a play?
Do you know at all the South Park bit about that?
I don't think you even need me to answer that question.
Yes or no? You don't consume media. I don't know what you know.
Yeah.
So yes, you do know?
No.
Okay. Because like on one hand, yes, you don't consume media, but two, it's like a big meme and thing. So the backstory then, South Park, as they do, making fun of stuff. Thank you, Watcher. South Park making fun of stuff, and they were basically making fun of Mormonism.
As you do.
As you do. And I guess that did well enough in some way, or they just got like a wild hair, and they were like, okay, Broadway. And so it's like the tale as they tell it, like the tale of Mormon as they tell it, like in the show, goofery and all, and like that's the Broadway play. Which surprisingly, and maybe part of the reason it's done so well, is that like somehow the Mormons are into it. I guess
I don't.
I guess they feel like they're
thing about Mormonism.
I don't know that I want to dunk on them too hard. I'll just say watch the South Park episode and you'll.
I don't really want to.
But anyway, the Mormons, like apparently Mormons love it. It's like a we're laughing with you kind of thing, or that's how they take it at least. I don't think they are either, but the Mormons seem to think so.
I don't think they realize that like that's just not how it is.
Or they're just really good sports. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really take Mormons as those kind of people.
I wouldn't either, but to some degree, I think that's maybe the case based on the show, or at least maybe the types of Mormons seeing the show. Because really, while we can generalize, you can't reduce any single group to a monolith.
True.
Because, you know, the old stodgy members of a religion are probably not the ones going to see the play about it. Or you could imagine, like, how you and I would probably enjoy going to see a comedy show by someone like, well, maybe that's not a good example. I was gonna say by someone like making fun of gay people, but like in a fun way. But for that to be in a fun way, it would probably have to be a gay person, and that's not how the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon is not like by Mormons for Mormons. It's like by, I think they're atheists. Matt Parker.
Well, I mean,
Matt Stone, Trey Parker, whatever the names are. It's by atheists like making fun of Mormons.
I just don't know that I would fancy going to see a gay comedian that makes jokes about nothing but gay people. Like, I would get very tired of it.
Yeah, that's why you watched my streams for a while and then stopped.
I like to see something different. That's why Sarah Millican is one of my favorite comedians.
A woman comedian?
Yeah, she's fucking hilarious.
I've
been to see her live with my mom.
I don't know if I actually know the person you mean, but I've probably heard you mention her.
Yeah, I went to go see her with my mom back in September.
You don't think Joe is funny or gay?
I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, no, I put words in his mouth for one. But, no, he doesn't think I'm gay.
Yeah, no, she's brilliant. I would absolutely go and see her live again. But, like, she spends... I forgot exactly what she talked about in the first half of the show, but it was just fucking anything that she could think of, really. And she had this bit before she ended the first half of, like, what's the strangest thing in your purse? For, like, because most of her audience is women.
Sure. Because men are cringe about women comedians.
And there was one lady at the back that took so long to get a solid answer out of her that instead of like the usual round of applause that she had everyone give the person after they presented what they had, she said, right, on the count of three, we're all just going to do one big clap because that was pathetic. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard come out of an audience of 2,000 people. And in the second half of her show, it was just like effectively talking about her minge, if I'm being honest.
Maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Yeah, she's very funny.
That's not fair.
And I would definitely go and see her live again. Granted, that reminds me, I'm gonna go and fucking see Peter Kay this year. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I was gonna...
When's that happening?
Or no, you're traveling for your birthday, right? Not seeing a comedian?
Yeah, I'm going to Edinburgh for my birthday. And then I'm going to see Peter Kay with my mum in November.
And the rest of them disappeared without a trace.
Yeah, busy year.
That's good. That'll be after the Japan trip when we're all sad and going back. At least still have that to look forward to.
Yeah, busy year then. So Edinburgh next week.
What days are you doing that?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
And then we'll probably be booking stuff for Japan in the next month or so. And then
hopefully.
In May, I'm gonna get my tattoo done.
Wow.
October we'll be in Japan, and in November I'm gonna go see Peter Kay.
Have you decided on what you're tattooing?
Yeah, I've decided.
I don't know that we talked about this.
Oh, have we not?
I don't think so, or at least it's been long enough that I forgot.
I feel like I've mentioned it.
Oh, yes, it's the like horse band thing, right?
Oh no, I changed my mind.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay.
It's been like 3 months since then, so I've done some thinking. I am gonna get just the cover for Deftones' self-titled album.
And what is the cover?
Which I will send you a picture.
Okay. That'll be cool though. We can all check out your sick ink in Japan. Oh, where are you getting it tattooed on you though?
Bicep.
Like how high up the arm? Like where a shirt would cover it?
For always being by my husband's side.
Because they're gonna be freaks about it in Japan if you don't cover it.
I wear long sleeve t-shirts almost exclusively.
Okay, I mean it might be hot and moist. I don't how when have I gone?
Wear a long sleeve t-shirt.
I think I've only been to Japan in the summer, so I'm not sure if how much it cools down in the fall.
It doesn't matter how hot it is. It was 27 degrees when I was in New York, and I still wore long sleeve t-shirts. I only wear short sleeves at home. I don't like short sleeves.
Okay.
His tail off to raise them.
Probably won't care too much unless he goes in a bathhouse.
The fucking link. Okay, so I accidentally sent you the Wikipedia article for it, but you should be able to see it.
I can see the skull. Yeah, you might have sent me this before. The skull and the roses.
I sent you. I sent you like the one with the horse that I was gonna get, but no, that's what I want. TBH, they probably won't care that much unless he goes as goes to an onsen. What's an onsen?
Bathhouse. They care especially there.
The makeup that matches his skin tone.
No, he wouldn't.
Paper white.
He wouldn't go in a bathhouse anyway. Cass is probably right that it wouldn't be as much of an issue outside of that, but I know in general it's because of the Yakuza. They're like very tattooed up, and so as a whole they're very cringe about that, which is something I will absolutely dunk on Japan for.
That's like I don't whatever. Like realistically, I'm also like a pale white boy. They're not going to think I'm a member of the Yakuza.
Now they might. You're very intimidating.
And like I said, I almost exclusively wear long sleeves. So
okay. Well, I guess if we need to like intimidate somebody, we can have you just roll up your sleeve.
T-shirts. So
that one Yakuza with the badass Hello Kitty tattoo on their toe. White boy with the tattoo is less of a concern.
Yeah. It'll be covered anyways. Like 99% of the time, that tattoo's going to be covered.
Okay.
It's the same as like the piercings that I have at the top of my right ear. Nobody knows they're there because my hair covers it.
White boy tattoo sounds like a parody movie. What, of like girl with the dragon tattoo? Boy with the autism creature tattoo.
And I'm proud of you.
It's not autism creature. It's fucking.
I know. No, I know. I know it's not. But if we're gonna make a parody movie, like, why not have your tattoo be ridiculous?
So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember.
Anyway, I'm sure Mom will squee about you having a tattoo, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh, I want one too."
She wanted my keyboard that I had on my laptop when I was last at yours.
Oh, did she?
Do you not remember? She was like, no. "Oh fuck, I want one of those laptops because the keyboard because it lights up."
Oh, okay.
Because it's RGB keyboard. So she was like, "Oh, I'm so jealous."
She's a goober.
You said you weren't coming.
I'm planning to get it done in full color though. So.
RGB tattoo.
It only has blue and red on it.
Because of Nathan's message.
SMH, that's not even your color scheme.
But I've been looking around for a while.
No, but like, I'm not going to change the album cover. I like it.
Yeah, I know.
I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Do I even have any like album covers in my library that are like prominently blue? I don't think so. I mean, prominently green.
Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most.
Let me see.
He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
I'm glad that,
No, I don't. They're all like either red, blue, or like a brown, burgundy sort of color, beige type shit.
I'm glad that everybody was talking about the trip again, though, so that we can get that happening, and it sounds like it'll be less of a teeth pull because everybody else is also thinking about it, and I have no idea how tariffs might affect shit, so that's another reason to get it done sooner rather than later.
Yeah, no, I'm glad about it purely for the fact that, like, it stresses me out. Like, I just want to get it done with, because the longer we wait, the more those prices go up for flights for me, and I just would fancy paying a bit less. If I could.
Over time,
yes.
We came to understand it, and
especially because, like, if they go up any further from now, I will have to wait until I get paid next to be able to afford it, in which case they could go up again, and it would just be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Can you... Well, how much do you have in savings? Couldn't you dip into that?
Is something wrong?
I'm talking about my savings. I'm not talking about my fucking debit. I don't keep like $2,000 on my debit.
Right, but don't you have more than $2,000 in savings?
I have 2 savings accounts. One of them is like almost exclusively for spending on travel, and the other is like a long-term savings that I am never touching until I need to.
Right, but if I know you don't like to, but in this scenario we're talking about, like, touch it and then just replenish it.
I can't. That's the issue. That's why.
Oh, you literally have it set up where you can't.
Like it's one of those things where you can only pay a certain amount in each month. So I can't replenish it if I take out from it, and if I take out from it more than twice a year, I get a penalty on the amount of interest that gets paid on it. So it's less of a like I don't have this money thing, because I do have the money, and it's more just the way that my money is split up. It would be very inconvenient if I had to take out of that one savings account instead of the other one that I have set up purely to spend on travel.
Well, I mean, hey, then worst case, I can loan you some money.
Nope. No.
It's not a big deal.
Worst case would be I wait until May, because I get paid twice in May. So I have like an entire paycheck that just goes straight into savings in May.
Right, but
I don't have to spend on rent or bills.
But twice. if you were in a situation where you needed a little bit more money to get a ticket sooner, or you're like screwed, just like let me help you out and then you can pay me back in a month or whatever.
Nope.
It's no skin off my nose. Why?
If I need to borrow money, I'll go to my parents.
I guess that's fine too. I guess.
We're gonna have to start fasting and scheduling toilet water usage. Those systems need a lock and 3-tier security so you don't mistakenly use it. What system?
I'm not sure. Something to do with banking and money and stuff. But yeah, Watcher, the tariff situation is insane, and things might get really bad.
The Alloprax savings account situation is insane.
Well, I mean, insane in a good way, because you're fucking doing a lot better than a lot of people I know.
I know. I have... Oh god, how many savings accounts do I have?
You're a responsible colleague.
I'm with 3 banks, so I have like, I think
that was like the most Tootsie Pop owl you've ever said. 3.
In honor of the wishes of the departed.
What?
Does that, there's like a 1, a 2, a 3. Like you had some like pizzazz on that 3.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chat, you know what I mean. They probably didn't have the Tootsie Pop owl.
What's a Tootsie Pop?
A Tootsie Pop, it's a lollipop with like basically like a Hershey's Kiss kind of chocolate core. And the marketing for that, at least back when I was a kid, is like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? And then you would never know, because in the fucking ads, the owl goes like 1, 2, 3, and then like eats it in one crunch.
Oh. The Allo Piggy Bank has a bullet vest, a silicone casing, and a stunt double to prevent damage.
That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease.
I'm trying to think how easy it would be to get into one of my bank accounts, but I genuinely don't know.
It's a Chupa Chupa with a chocolate center. Is that a British thing?
Oh, a Chupa Chups. Yeah, we have those.
Oh, Chupa Chups.
With a chocolate center? That sounds awful.
I like how earlier I was like, I am the Allo translator, and then Watcher's like, move aside, bitch. Here's some British knowledge.
Chupa Chups is incredible.
To be fair, I don't know what the fuck you guys eat over there. Again, it's like a Hershey's Kiss chocolate, so it's... Or sorry, not a Hershey's Kiss, a Tootsie Roll. So like it's like bad.
I don't know what a Tootsie Roll is.
Watcher, do they have... What's British Tootsie Roll?
This is a new era, dude.
Okay, I've never heard of a Chupa Chups.
I was gonna say, I know you guys do.
Al, imagine if you've ever had, or can just imagine, like a hard square of chewing gum. It's that, but it's chocolate. It's not the best.
Wait, so does it have like a hard outer casing but a squidgy center?
Relative to the candy shell. Well, but is it a Chupa Chup? Is it like
holy Chupa Chups?
Whatever that. like
Chupa chup fucking what the fuck?
It the outside is like hardened like candy, but not like M&M. I don't know how to describe it. But it like
it sounds like Chupa Chups with a chocolate center is the consensus. But
I guess are they flavored? Because it's like cherry, blue raspberry, stuff like that, and then chocolate center.
Yes.
But again,
Yes.
shitty Tootsie Roll chocolate.
Barely chocolate, and that's why I like them. I mean, I just the idea of chocolate mixed in with a lollipop just sounds like a problem.
How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
We're on a long tangent here. They're not good. You don't need them. I just thought you said 3 funny.
Cadbury fudge, but it's super compact and solidly fudge. Yeah, I fucking hate fudge.
It slaps at like Tootsie Pops.
I hate fudge.
I like fudge. I can't imagine that a Tootsie Pop would be similar to fudge. Fudge sounds delicious.
They're making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope.
I don't know. I forgot that you don't like chocolate, Cass.
Not just destroy.
You're one of those.
That's why I believe the
I had a friend in kindergarten who was that way too.
I like anything sweet.
Each of us holds a harmonica that plays.
I accused Kiki of being like you yesterday because she was being both a doomer zoomer and a little sugar creature.
Taking on our own style
I had
until it merges with our soul.
3 cookies today and a Monster Energy.
It was in fact cookies that were the subject of discussion yesterday, so point proven.
It was payday. There was no way I wasn't going to go to Subway.
I trust the answer.
You are an adorable little caricature.
It's like I got paid. I'm going to Subway. I'm having a Monster Energy.
I was right about you, Charon.
And I'm all right. The only thing is, the first monster that I had was like there was something wrong with it, so I had to swap it out.
I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
You are just a little cookie monster, apparently.
You know that I like Subway cookies.
I know. I had a Filipino tuber delivery. Me her merchant snacks. They were healthy, no preservatives, fruit slices, sweet and organic without being labeled hard. You lost me at the end. What is like it was alcoholic or something? Like hard lemonade?
Hard. I would assume being labeled hard as in like covered head to toe in labels saying how bad it is for you.
Oh, that could make sense too.
Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her.
Oh, it was organic, but they weren't like jerking themselves off about it.
We wouldn't confront her directly.
Oh, see, we just have when things are organic here, it just.
If I'm right,
Sorry, the best part of the song came on.
I thought you were just doing an Alaprec sentence.
No. When things are organic here, they normally just say organic in the name of them, and that's about it. The color might be different on the packaging, like it's green instead of white or something like that, but that's about it.
You know another way.
That much.
Tangent. You know another way that you and the boys have brain rotted me is I see this man's very purple shirt, and I'm like, Five Nights at Freddy, Purple Man.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like
Purple Man.
is losing
I hate all the extra shit and snacks. As someone who, I'm currently kind of taking a break, but for a year I was like going real hard at being healthy. It sure would be great if our food was better, so I didn't have to try so hard.
Charon, what's your plan?
Yeah, I feel like shit like any time that I visit the US just because of how bad the food is.
Well, you can.
I've said this before. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Whenever I'm in that country, everything that's meant to come out of me is a different shade.
Please accept my official commission.
I like how you say that's meant to come out of you, as if it's not coming out of you or something.
I mean, yeah, I was kind of constipated when I was there last.
Stop her from crushing everything in front of
her. What did you eat?
But like,
what did you eat in Chicago even?
Not much.
You had
but like
McDonald. You had Jimmy's John.
Yeah, but like what I mean is just like the color of my piss was just like it looked like I drank a Monster Energy every single day, and I just hadn't. That's just what it looks like over there, I guess.
You had like funny Mountain Dew though. That would probably do it.
Yeah, but it was like no matter what I drank, it was like neon yellow.
Right, because you had like orange Mountain Dew.
No, it didn't matter what I drank. It was the same when I was in New York.
Oh. You probably had something funny over there too.
I mean, yeah, because that's the only option.
Aloe has bread and has to piss. These are 2 facts about aloe.
It's well, no, but like, okay, all the liquids turned my piss neon yellow, and whatever food I had just like changed the consistency of my shits. So like, there is just something not right about American food and my body.
Well, to be fair, like one, you're right. I can
survive on it, but it's not ideal.
One, you're right, but also like there probably is just an element of your body not being used to it because you don't live here. Like, if I went to the UK, your food is going to be better to baseline, but I also might have like some weird reactions because I'm not used to it.
Yeah, you'll have some weird reactions because your piss will be a normal color for the first time in your life.
I piss normal colors. It's pink,
Neon.
like you'd expect.
Charon, look. Another communicator.
What are you drinking? Floor cleaner?
No, I just everything that comes out of me is pink.
Right, yeah, and everything that comes out of me is green and blue. That's just, yeah.
Yes, I have Kitty Cat here. Scritches under his chin.
Desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need
Hello,
to
Mama.
your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You'd have too much trouble doing that.
What, scritching your chin?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was fast, I could do it, but as soon as you realize it was happening, you'd go like, yeah, and pull back.
I'm bopping. That's, you'd struggle to catch me.
I have definitely, like, touched you quickly before you could react.
You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow.
Despite being a cat, I don't know that you have the reflexes to, like, outmaneuver me.
I have reaction times.
Far, all the victims have been members of these squads.
I don't know. I think all your speed points went into pissing and not dodging.
No, my speed points went into typing and, like, nothing else.
And pissing.
Everyone except you in the fall of the old capital.
Unless we say that your piss is purely due to, like, power and pressure.
That's my
No, it's purely due to me having a small bladder.
Strength stat, but it's entirely in your bladder.
No, it is the simple fact that, like, I will have a single, like, 500 ml drink and then need to piss, like, 3 times. I just have a small bladder.
3 times.
I mean, I did at work. I pissed at work, like, 3 times and I only had 1 drink.
I mean, pissing on company time, so you might as well.
True.
When in farting on company time.
I do be shitting on company time. I stay shitting.
We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die.
Well, it's nice of them to have a litter box for you there.
It's called a bog. Thank you.
Yeah, you and your funny words for things over there. Litter box, litter bog, same thing.
Well, I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable
Oh wait, she's the sniper. I just paid attention and realized that. Bruh.
crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you? playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with new Eridu's order, and live peace.
I feel like this game has so many just, like, pissy villains.
Precisely because you and I are so similar that this
Shit's rough and everybody just gets whiny and jaded about the terrible things that happen to them.
I am gonna go get a drink.
And he'll piss it out in 0.3 picoseconds flat.
Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here.
Hell yeah, let's get her.
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing.
Oh hey, you know what? If we're doing this and then Bleach later, we're doing hollows and hollows, double hollows, all the way across the sky.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know.
Yeah.
Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads.
Wait.
Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that...
Liberals.
Yeah, did you run into some in the kitchen? The pantry or wherever your drinks are?
No. 4 in the morning. There's nobody else awake.
I don't know what your flatmate does.
Do you have them too?
Sleep. He has work tomorrow.
He parties with lads. He could be up now for all I know.
He has work tomorrow.
That sounds like a polite way to call someone a slayer. Like, oh, he parties with lads.
It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. Don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries if you die. By the time the rain
There are people on like the in-game Twitter in my game complaining about the lightning rods. Like, who fucking cares?
Sounds like they are matching you with a level of fussiness to which you are unaccustomed.
Oh, but it's like,
Target locked.
who complains about lightning rods? Genuinely. I have a policy in my city that all houses have to have lightning rods, but that's it.
You tyrannical dictator, you.
Because, shock horror, if you don't have a lightning rod set up in this game and lightning hits your house, it sets on fire. So...
Little Eos. He's so cute. We need an Alaprax Bangbu.
The real failure as a sniper is the one
The little bunny critters from Zenless.
No.
They're basically just like marketable plushies, so I'm really saying nothing new here.
They're too round.
Yeah, they're shaped like a friend.
It's shifting.
No.
Why, are you too good to be round?
Yes. I'm slutty.
I won't fall for your distractions.
Okay, so we'll make you round, but like with a slutty little waist.
far too slotty to be round.
I'll surpass you with my own melody of victory. And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon! No! Wake up! Charon!
So
is that a fucking premiere in?
Okay, I was like, where did it hit her that it fucking knocked her out but didn't wound her?
Where are you, Jeremy? Bitch.
POV, you come home from work and your boyfriend is named Jeremy, but he's not there. And you want it
I would never date
now.
a man named Jeremy.
Oh my god, you're so picky.
If you're called Jeremy, you're probably like 37.
Who knows? A young guy could be named Jeremy.
Always monitor the changes.
I doubt it.
Factoring the environment into their tactics.
If he met all of your standards, but he was named Jeremy, you'd turn him away.
You can't fucking do that to me.
Asked you a very basic question. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can't do that to me.
He's the perfect guy, but his name is Jeremy.
No, I couldn't.
You are such a despicable little creature.
Once again by this.
I just don't think it'd work. Jeremy, like, no.
Are you trying to say
you can fucking figure out a nickname? I don't know.
That sounds like such a like.
You can call him
Jer
Bear.
Interview question. That sounds like such a white girl sweet street interview question. Like, he's the perfect guy, but his name is Jeremy, and they're all like, no, I couldn't.
So basically, you're calling yourself a picky white girl.
Yes.
Okay, well, the L then for you.
Fucking Jeremy.
Just call him Jer Bear.
That is arguably infinitely worse. That is the most millennial thing you've said all night.
I know you would hate that. I could smell that a mile away. Bartholomew, I don't know.
Pookie Pumpkin Princess.
Well, he can call you that because the relationship dynamic. Who's the princess? It's you.
I would beat him senselessly.
You would hit him with your tiny little fists, and it would do 0 damage every time.
Let me answer that question.
They would bounce off of his big squishy pecs.
You're coping right now. You're actually coping right now.
At what? Your ability to do damage? I think you're coping.
Yes.
We're all dead.
You don't do damage. You just scratch and shit in bed.
Yeah. Damage. Property
damage. Yeah, but the scratched property damage. That's not real damage.
Property damage isn't real damage.
That lowers his bank account, not his HP.
I made my way.
I mean, mental HP it could lower.
Bro.
Advanced troops were nearly wiped out.
Well, when you're swept off your feet by a man named Jeremy, and you're a tsundere about it, but you still fall in love with him.
It's not happening.
I'll make sure to tell him to watch out for shits in his bed.
There is not a single bloke my age called Jeremy. I can promise you that.
Still fighting. They were protecting a girl.
There's got to be at least one.
Her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow.
I'm searching for it.
They were beyond saving. And if I planned to retreat,
Select some options. Can I select Jeremy?
Last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die.
GHIJ.
Your comrades.
We're all searching for
Jeremy.
it. The perfect man.
I'm searching for Jeremy.
You out of the hollow.
Don't give up.
You already know what happened afterward. Long for you to leave the defense force after you came.
How do I zoom in on graphs? Okay, the most popular time to be named Jeremy was between the 1950s and the 1980s.
Sure, but is it 0 now?
No, but it's very, very low.
Oh, I thought Aloe was depressed and trying to keep a brave face. I mean, probably.
To an orphan like
I'm searching for it while like the meaning of life.
if the reinforcements.
What about girls named Jeremy?
and provided support.
That seems less likely, but who knows?
Okay. Yeah, so Jeremy is like a name that barely exists anymore. Long story
Right.
short. So
But
I am
barely is not zero. No, you're not right. Shut up.
But no, I am right.
No. All it takes is
Yes.
one parent who's like quirky.
There was no way we were getting saved.
Did one parent who's a fucking moron is what that means.
Okay? As if there aren't millions of those.
Why would you willingly name your kid Jeremy?
It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in
Because, I don't know, they think it's fun.
reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results.
Listen, point
Baby
is,
visualizer. Here we go.
point is, when you find your perfect man and his name is Jeremy,
He won't be.
don't turn him away because they'll regret it. Marry him.
Would have made the same
Jeremy!
Marry Jeremy.
Objective and cold.
I'm working on finding the Jeremy statistics.
Of course.
The Jeremy situation
okay.
is insane.
Okay. Jeremy does not exist.
Yes, he does.
Keep your composure.
Okay, let's look for people that are like around my age.
I wanted my
So in the year
but they turned that shit
2000, there was 1,000 per million
peaceful future.
called Jeremy. And then
Okay, so there's
current
1,000
day, there is,
Jeremys
like,
out there.
zero. There is no Jeremy.
There's 1,000. You just said there's 1,000. That's plenty.
Raw births, yeah. Give me those raw births, please.
Damn, I didn't know
There
you were
were
into that.
4,000 people. There were 4,000 people born in 2000 that were called Jeremy.
Okay, 4,000. Your chances just quadrupled.
I don't think so.
Very similar.
Yeah.
We have completely.
They're all gay and they're all in your area.
I'm not dating a single man called fucking Jeremy.
You are so picky.
That is not picky. That's reasonable.
Yeah. No.
If you're called Jeremy, then you've got a problem.
You're still entangled in your obsession.
Apparently, and the problem is you.
You see the picture that's on screen right now. That's what should happen to like anyone called Jeremy.
Oh my god, you're so mean. Someone named Jeremy is gonna be watching this and you're gonna make them cry.
Bullshit. Hey, if you're named Jeremy and you're watching this, you got problems. You need to change your name.
If your name is Jeremy and you're watching this, hi, I love you.
Yeah, bullshit, do you?
Listen, if you don't want to marry the perfect man, I will.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'll marry a more perfect man with a better name.
Like what? Fucking Xander Nightwind?
That's the final answer.
That is not something you just pulled off the top of your head. You've heard
Yeah,
that
it
before
is.
and you're regurgitating it from some
No.
bullshit. You
No.
fucking nerd.
No, that's just some emo shit.
Former comrades drowning in.
Maybe
No,
for
it
my
feels like
subconscious,
something
but like not consciously. I just made that shit up as far as I
That
know.
feels like something where you'd be like, Kingdom Hearts?
No, I'm just making up emo bullshit because you're a little emo creature.
Courage to fight through my trap, and eventually.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
that is not
dunking
your
on
name.
Xander, yes it is.
Nightwind? That is some shit that I would see on Tumblr.
Okay. So they like Tumblr. Did that make them ineligible to date you?
They would never want me.
Yes.
Can't be named Jeremy, can't like Tumblr.
Carrying their
Yep.
cross.
You're so picky. You're gonna disavow so many perfect men because of random bullshit.
That is not true. If men wanted me, they would find me by now.
They don't know. You're hiding.
I'm not hiding. I work retail. I'm in plain fucking sight.
How long you'll be able to protect
Jeremy War? What is that? Oh, this conversation, I guess. Jeremy War coming to theater soon.
No such thing.
The war on Jeremy, yeah. Trump fucking goes after every other country. Aloe goes after every other Jeremy.
It can still be played.
No, not every other Jeremy.
Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable
I'm glad Aloe
I'll still remember.
just likes a name rather than a skin tone. I agree.
Same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has longed to assist.
I don't know. He probably wouldn't marry a purple guy, though. Probably scare him.
I wouldn't have learned how to hate.
You'd be far too evil for me.
I found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much.
So what other random bullshit just qualifies a perfect man?
Being named Jeremy.
In the most intense way.
And?
What hatred truly means.
Being younger than me.
So you found someone
Picky, but go on.
Against too. That's good.
Being shorter than me.
White woman, go on.
Okay, that is not unreasonable.
That is something where I could see a preference. That would not be a deal breaker for me.
That would be a deal breaker for me.
White woman.
That is not unreasonable.
Cover your eyes, everybody. White woman jump scare.
That is not unreasonable.
You just want uppies.
Yes.
Silly. Uber.
Exactly. So, like, and you're going to deny me that, liberal?
Yes, you have to date a man your height or shorter.
No.
And also younger. And also purple and named William Afton.
No. If your name is Afton, you're a farmer, stay there. What are you talking about?
I guess that Afton just sounds like a farmer name to Watcher. Like Amish or something, maybe. Though really, I don't know what an Amish name sounds like, despite having met Amish people. I don't have that in my head as like a concept. Strange black cat. UV.
I'm strange.
Yeah. You are strange. You turn away the perfect man because he's named Jeremy.
The perfect man is not named Jeremy, that's why.
Picky. I would assume Ala dislikes the name Afton and farmers. Yeah, he probably dislikes farmers.
Well, I mean, yeah, I live in a city. They're gonna be miles away.
Afton doesn't sound Amish.
From Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been
What in God's name is going on here?
What are other names that you wouldn't date?
It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble.
Joseph does? Yeah,
Andrew.
Joseph does sound Amish.
Target of a victim from the
Because Andrew Tate.
No, because there was a guy in uni that I knew called Andrew, and he was an absolute cunt.
When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step.
I probably wouldn't date someone named Sandra.
I'm sorry.
Feminine name, makes sense.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome was
You know,
I wouldn't date someone named Sarah.
deeply for
You can't just list women's names.
you still think
We know you're gay.
Someone named
who always cherished family.
Hannah.
More than enough.
Thank you.
List men's names.
I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad.
Gary.
Why?
I wouldn't date anyone called Gary.
For everything you've done.
What'd Gary do?
Please stop.
He's 55 and divorced.
Time for you to start living a life that's truly your own.
So you're really just going on vibes and you just throw that many people out the window.
No, because like, tell me someone you know called Gary who is under the age of 30.
I don't know. I did a Gary.
You don't. You do, yeah, because you're old, so they'd fit with you.
Nathan.
You're such a fussy little cat.
I'm just saying I don't want like boomer names. I also wouldn't date anyone with my dad's name.
Bruh. You know, another back on Amish names, Jedediah. There's an Amish name.
What, excuse me?
Jedediah or Jebediah, either.
Jebediah is funny. Jedediah sounds like a stumble over your words.
To hand it to you.
Bruh.
Yeah, so Jeremy and Gary are off the table.
And whatever you're...
I found this while going through my
wait, do our dads have the same name?
tucked away for years.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a recording on
I
it.
thought so.
And I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance.
Yeah, I probably still would though, honestly.
Do you mind
I couldn't. I don't want the association.
The name thing is such a non-issue for me. Like, if that's the worst thing about you, then like, oh no, I don't care.
I just don't want to, like, I don't know, I don't want to moan his name in bed and then think, oh, that's my dad's name.
So don't replace the association.
I'll pay it to you both shortly.
I can't.
Don't worry about that.
You can't disassociate that when it's like your fucking dad's name.
But just prioritize your partner's name then, and make it his name, not your dad's name.
No.
Pussy.
If they have like a middle-aged or old people name, or they have my dad's name, that's like the rules.
You're such a little youth goblin.
And if they're shorter than me, no, because I want someone that's older than me, just not like 79 years older than me.
Bruh.
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync.
You're gay. It's your fate to date a 79-year-old.
No, I want someone within like 5 years of me.
She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her dating.
What about
She taught
Boris?
me a lot about makeup and fashion.
No, because again, middle-aged name.
What about
There's nobody over the age.
Donald?
There's nobody under the age of 30 that is called Boris.
To be fair, that's a very British name, so I couldn't really say.
And also Boris Johnson. My Johnson's going near no Boris's. I think I'm good.
Well, you're a bottom. Your Johnson doesn't need to be near it anyway.
I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this.
What does that sound?
What's what sound?
I don't know. I heard you like make a like you set something down on the table, and I was wondering if you were gonna like dramatically do a bit or something.
No, I said I took a drink.
Wow,
The way he
Nacky.
won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down.
What you drinking?
Bad side. I mean,
Cordial.
Captain.
Good guess. You drink like 2 things.
It's not good cordial. It's just the cheapest one they had.
You drink like fizzy Vimto and cordial.
And he's somewhat
Vimto is cordial.
but he's actually very
Well, okay, then you drink one thing and it may or may not be fizzy.
calm execution.
It just doesn't. Okay, I don't have fizzy Vimto. I have Vimto and lemonade. It's different.
Yeah, but it's fizzy lemonade, right?
It is, yeah, but like Vimto and lemonade, that is 2 flavors. Fizzy Vimto
Okay.
is just Vimto with bubbles.
Your bubbles.
Captain, who took me in and taught me how to play
What
the
is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the
It means you're little and blonde and you make funny noises.
When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm.
Anyone who has no common interest with me as well, that's something that wouldn't pass.
Yeah. That makes sense. The whole straight people, like, I hate my wife, I can't wait to go fishing thing. Like,
I don't want to have entirely common interests, because I feel like it's unhealthy to, like, want to do everything together.
well, I think
But I
even
would
then
have,
you
like,
can
at
just,
least some common interests.
even then you can just choose not to. If you had, like, literally 100% overlap, just, you know, take whatever percentage of that, 10, 20, whatever, and maybe that's low, I don't know. Take whatever percentage and, like, do that percentage with, like, friends instead.
Oh, I know, but like 100% overlap seems unlikely to begin with. But I just that's something that I wouldn't want purely for the fact that like info dumping would not really be a thing at that point, because they'd just be like, oh yeah, I know.
I think, like, you can make up for a lack of overlap depending on, like, personality type, because in theory, I needed to end up with a gamer, but, like, I could end up with someone who doesn't game as much or doesn't share as much of my tastes if they were, like, enthusiastically willing to meet me in the middle. And, like, maybe I end up with someone who's very outdoorsy, and, like, if they can meet me halfway, I could meet them halfway.
Well, no, everything is about a compromise, but like, I'm also mean that it's like I have a lot of interests, and if they happen to share all of those, then that's just kind of freaky, and I'm not into it. But if it's like I meet someone who's like also into games and music, but has like no interest in YouTube, for example, perfect.
As far as I'm concerned, the more your interests overlap, the better.
Like, I don't think it's unhealthy to have overlapping interests, obviously. I just think that it could be unhealthy to have entirely overlapping interests. I think I'd like to have it, like, at least one separate hobby.
Our will is preserved and carried on in other ways. But don't let that weigh on you.
Well, you can always
Just like we
fucking make and discover new hobbies too.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself.
I don't know, again, this just seems like a
I mean,
this seems like a non-problem to me.
you're a non-problem.
No, I'm very much a problem.
And yet you call me a problem like day long. So.
Well, it goes both ways. Also, no, I don't. I don't call you a problem all day long. I send you, like, TikToks and Twitters, and I'm like, it's you, (3).
But then you said, like, oh my god, you wouldn't date a man named Jeremy, and you wouldn't date a man named Gordon, and you wouldn't...
I don't think I said Gordon, but good to know that he's also on your list.
And you wouldn't date a man that's 55 and that's 4'3", and it's like, well, yeah, fucking obviously, I don't want to date a goblin.
Yeah, date an old goblin.
Getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens.
There's a very easy joke I could make it. I won't.
Wow.
If what we've said is hard to understand, just
I'm not that old.
through the music.
You are old.
Nah. I'm not even Unk.
Yeah, but you sound like it every time you say it.
What, Unk?
Yeah.
It's not my fault Go brought it up.
You sound older every time you say that word.
Proxy, do you remember?
Okay, and what Alaprax approved fucking fresh off the sippy bottle term should I be using?
Can you see them clearly now?
Millennial.
Yes. Crystal clear.
Bruh.
As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
Interesting that her squad seems like it was killed by fucking we have Walper just knocked at home. Whatever that thing's called.
Proxies. No. Lies. Bell.
Also, to your thing, I can't say I'm not millennial because, like, I am, or at least a cusper.
Words can't describe what you've done for
You are a millennial.
No worries. Honestly, my
Right, but I'm not Unk, so then they're not interchangeable.
recently. Meeting you, though, well, it feels like we've known each other forever. Doesn't it, Wise?
Don't care, the best part of the song is on.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you, too.
It's an Alaprax sentence. Cross it off your bingo card.
Perhaps we've always shared the same resolve.
Yeah. When I was
I should make a you bingo card. That'd be funny.
I'm glad you were there with me.
No.
You're right.
That'd be rude.
No, it'd be funny.
Yes. It'd be
What do you-
rude.
Why?
It would.
How? Explain.
Hear me
You're
out.
generalizing me.
I'm not generalizing you. I'm accurately predicting your rhythms and moods.
Keeping something from you.
You're liberalizing me.
Isn't actually.
You're the gayest boy ever. You're already a liberal.
Charon was my
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? If I'm the gayest boy.
I would not call myself the gayest boy ever.
Squad mates had no
Hershey, do you disagree?
So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me with no family.
Hold on, he's got a sound.
I've been using her code name. I guess I may be.
Oh my goodness! Shut up!
He deafened.
Liberal.
he deafened.
I wonder fucking why.
I was ramping up the trade engine.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He said he still has a friend in the defense force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing.
Anyway, yeah, you're Twitch's #1 bottom. Of course, you're the gayest boy.
I just disagree, like entirely.
Goal.
I mean, I don't think you have to be like a limp-wristed, like party circuit gay to be the gayest boy.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, my mic wasn't working. It completely ruined the bit I was doing where Joe said that, and then I was like, until now.
True, Hershey's coming for that title.
Oh no, I was gonna introduce Go-Ray 2, the new and improved,
the sequel.
Yeah, the new and improved Go-Ray. He is.
That's
now,
funny. I introduced Alaprax 2 over the weekend.
We've taken 2 inches off of his height.
What? You can't do that.
We made his head 10% wider.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
Did you enjoy the Vine booms on the way in?
I did.
And how they slowly got faster.
I actually did hear it because I had Joe's stream open, and I still heard every single boom, despite me deafening to fix my microphone.
Good.
Go 2.0, go 2.0, if you will.
Oh, true.
You fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet.
So do you disagree that I am the gayest man ever? Apparently.
Oh, absolutely, I disagree. I mean, like,
yeah, exactly.
Even like, you know, bits, jokes aside, Joe's like way gayer than you.
I'm hornier. He's gayer.
Yeah, okay.
What is that supposed to mean?
This is your
you're like a little thin-waisted, breedable fleshlight.
What are you talking about? Like, okay,
way to fucking objectify me! Oh my god!
You wore the dress, mister. I'm just reporting on the visual.
That's like the gayest thing you could ever say, and that's really kind of proving my point.
What, me calling him a fleshlight?
Yeah, I mean,
how is me calling him a fleshlight gayer than him being one?
You're calling another man. How is me calling another man a fleshlight gay?
Yes.
Are you serious right now?
It's not like I invented the concept of him being made for fucking, or to be fucked rather.
I mean, listen, it's.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that this discussion is about me.
How have we like horseshoed around to you being like, actually it's not gay, like as a gay dude. Like you're doing the straight guy thing. It's actually not gay at all. If you
I know it's gay, but it's gayer for him to be one.
No. In what
Hershey, is it gayer to suck a dick or have your dick sucked?
Twinks. So then what happens to straight twinks?
They're
what are they classed as?
They lament their fucking limbo existence. That's what.
Joe,
no, they don't because straight girls both love and hate twinks. Let's be real.
Also, Joe, don't hit me with the South Park logic of is it gayer to suck a dick or to get your dick sucked by a man? It's like,
I mean, I think it's much gayer to suck a dick.
No, it's equally gay.
I will dunk on straight boys for this behavior, like having their dick sucked by a gay boy, but it's still gay. It's still gayer to do the dick sucking. They are both gay, but one is gayer.
This is the hardest double standard I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this is some crazy shit that I'm observing right now. Especially because the discussion's fucking about me.
You denied it. You could have just accepted it.
It's just not. I just think you're gayer.
Point. Really?
You're doing.
Yes.
You're doing the thing. You're doing like the thing from the hard drive article of like top 10 things to not say to your kid who just came out. And you're the one that says I'm gayer. Or well, actually, I guess in your case it would be that you're gayer, but you know, whatever.
Well, to be fair, he didn't just come out.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, he's not an annual release.
Well, Alaprax 2.0 came out, so maybe.
Allo 2.
This is horseshoeing.
This is horseshoeing. This is like
more like horseshoeing.
This is hock-toing.
Yeah, this is like the straight guy mental gymnastics, but with like a homo twist.
Homo twist. That sounds like a description for a drink.
Yeah, that's me making a fucking cocktail at the bar.
Oh, actually, that sounds really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. That
I don't drink, but I would drink fruity drinks if I did.
Honestly, some cocktails pretty nice.
Hey, we just finished the Trigger story. Wow. Bye bye YouTube. I'm gonna play Bleach now.